Hey guys, this is Nate, and today we are going to start a new series of us doing tier list. They're not all going to be Pokemon tier list, but most of them are going to be. So, yeah. So we're going to do, I think, 4 tier lists each video, just to keep them decently long, but not too long. Some of the longer ones I'm going to do before I record them. Some of the ones that are like less long I'm going to do and talk about at the same time. So yeah, so we're going to go in popularity. We're going to go from the top ones and slowly go down in ranking. So yeah, the first tier list we have to do is the Pokemon First Form starters. So yeah. Okay guys, so here we are. Now this is just the first form starters, so I'm not here to rank them based off of their entire evolutionary lines. I am specifically ranking the first forms today. So, like, their evolutions don't matter to me. I'm just ranking their first forms. So, I'm going to do them by their order in the Pokédex. So, I'm going to start with Bulbasaur, which is right here, which I think he's decent. By the way, the tiers are S, A+, A, B, C, D, and E. I'm just going to go by the tiers that they designed for us. So yeah. Bulbasaur, I think it's a pretty good first stage. I'll put him in the A tier. Now we have Charmander, which I also think is pretty good. Not amazing, but it's pretty good. So I'll put him in A. By the way, I'm not ranking them I'm not ranking them actually. I'm just putting them in tiers. So just imagine them as very similar if I put them in the tiers. The only real difference is if they're in a different tier. So yeah. And then we have Squirtle, which is way over here. Now Squirtle, I think, is a great first form starter. Easily my favorite one of Generation 1. I'm debating putting it in S, but I think I'm going to put it in A+ tier. So yeah, now where is Chikorita? There's Chikorita. Chikorita, I think's a B tier. Worst one so far, but still not bad. So yeah, then then Cyndaquil is right here. Once again, same as Chikorita. Good, not the greatest thing though. So yeah, and then we have Totodile, which is my favorite Generation 2 one, which I'm going to be putting in the A tier. Then we have Trico, which I'm going to be putting in the A tier as well. And then we have Torchic. Where is he? Here's Torchic. Now Torchic is a first stage. Blaziken's awesome, but again, this doesn't matter to me. I don't really like Torchic as a Pokemon that much. I'm going to be putting Torchic in the C tier. So yeah, and then where's Mudkip? Yeah, if I don't put Mudkip in S tier, everybody's going to hate me for the rest of their lives, but I don't think Mudkip is an S tier, but Mudkip is really cute, so it's an A+ for me. And then we have Turtwig, if we can find Turtwig. There's Turtwig. Okay guys, the recording just stopped for some reason. I don't know, Mobius has been acting really weird lately, and I've been looking for a better screen recorder, but I haven't really found anything better, so we're just gonna have to deal with it for now until I find something better. So yeah, if anybody knows something that works really good, then tell me in the comments. I'll try it. But so yeah, the recap on what happened. You guys didn't get to see this, but I put Turtwig in the C tier as well. I'm not really a big fan of Turtwig. I just don't think it looks that good. So yeah, now we have Chimchar, which Chimchar I'm going to put in the A tier. Pretty good. That's really all I have to say about it. Piplup is next, which Piplup is pretty cute, so I'm going to put Piplup in the A tier. And then we have Gen 5 starters. Snivy, I am going to put in the A tier. So, yeah. And then, after Snivy, we have Tepig. And I'm not a big fan of Tepig, but I don't dislike Tepig, or I don't think it's like an average creature in a game or something. I'm going to put Tepig in B tier is basically what I'm saying. And then we have Oshawott next, which Oshawott is the worst one so far. Maybe. I think so. I'm going to put Oshawott in C tier only though. I just think he looks really awkward looking, so yeah. And then we have Gen 6, which starts off with Chespin. I think Chespin's okay by itself, is a B tier in my opinion. Chestnut is horrible and Quilladin's horrible, but Chespin's easily the best one in the line. And then Fennekin is pretty cool, which is A. And then I would think about putting Fennekin in A+, but I think it's just an A. So it's like top of A tier though. So, and then Litten. Oh wait, no, we're not on Litten yet. We're on Froakie. Froakie, Greninja's awesome, but Froakie's just pretty good. So A tier for Froakie. And then we have Rowlet, which I think Rowlet is pretty good. A tier. You'll see a lot of A tiers in this series. And Litten, you already know. Do I even have to explain this? Poplio's pretty good, A tier. And then for the Galar starters, Grookey is the first one, which I think is a solid A tier, just like half the other Pokemon in here. And I think that Scorbunny is an A tier also. And Sobble, it gets close to A+ tier, in my opinion. I think Sobble's the best first stage starter, but I'm gonna have to put Sobble in A tier. So, or you can see the image of the entire tier list right now. And yeah, let's move on to the next tier list. So yeah. Okay guys, so Moby hasn't stopped working during that, so I downloaded a new one, did a quick test, it seems to work. Hopefully no big problems happen in this. So yeah, the next one was a Gen 1 Pokemon tier list. You'll be seeing a lot of Pokemon Generation Pokemon tier list. So yeah, as you can see, the only D tier on here is Dugtrio, which is good. There's only a few C tiers here and there. Now the only notable thing, I'll get to the S tiers in a minute. Actually, I'm going to talk about an S tier now. Is that Squirtle is an S tier, so because he was an A+ tier in the starter tier list I just made, but I feel like he's closer to S than A. So, in my opinion. So I put him in the S tier. So the S tier is Charmeleon, Charizard, Mega Charizard X, Squirtle, Lapras, and Moltres. I think those are the best Generation 1 Pokemon, and I'm right. So, yeah. And something else you can figure out by this, I'm not too big of a fan of the Mega Evolutions. I think most of them, they just overdid it with. So, I'm just not a huge fan of them, so yeah. So yeah, that is the tier list. See you in the next one. Okay guys, so this one is this one's going to be the next one we are doing today. The Pokemon Mainline Games tier list maker. So, we were on this tier list specifically last upload. If you haven't watched it yet, go watch it yet. It's about what the best Pokemon game is. So, yeah. And I didn't actually do my own tier list on it. So, that's what we're going to do now. We're going to go in the order of which they came out. So, we're going to start with Pokemon Red and Blue, which I kind of think are one of the worst ones. So, I'm going to put them in the D tier. And after that, we have Pokemon Gold and Silver, which I think they're solid B tier games. They're a lot better than Pokemon Red and Blue, but they're still not that great. So, in my opinion. So, yeah. And after that, we have Pokemon Crystal, which improves on it a little bit, but not that much. So, I think it still belongs in the B tier. Oh, by the way, I forgot to do Pokemon Yellow. I just realized. Pokemon Yellow, I think, isn't much better than Pokemon Red and Blue, so I'm putting it also in the D tier. Now, Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire, I think are great Pokemon games, so I'm going to put them in the A tier. So, yeah, and then Pokemon Emerald is also a thing, which I think is better than Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire, but I think it doesn't belong in the S tier in my opinion, so I'm still going to put it in the A tier, just with Ruby and Sapphire. And then Fire Red and Leaf Green, once again, I think it's A tier games. I think Generation 3 is just a great generation, in my opinion. So, yeah. I had to make sure I was recording, make sure the recording thing's still working. And then after that, we have Diamond and Pearl, which I also think are pretty good games, which I'm going to put in the A tier. The only thing I really don't like about it, or that I don't like about them a lot, is the lack of diversity of fire type Pokemon. Literally, there's only 2, which puts my opinion on it down, because if you don't know, fire is my favorite type. So, yeah. But next up, we have Pokemon Platinum, which I think is a great Pokemon game. I don't think it deserves to be in the S tier though. Spoiler alert, I'm only going to put one set of games in the S tier. So, yeah. Most likely at least. So, yeah. I think Pokemon Platinum is a great game, but yeah. And then Pokemon Black and White's next, which I think, honestly, I'm not a huge fan of Generation 5 games. Like, their story is amazing. Probably the best story a Pokemon game's gotten. But, I'm just not a huge fan of most of the Generation 5 Pokemon. There's a few good ones. They're just very inconsistent. So, I'm going to put Black and White in the B tier. And then, but you can actually have more Pokemon in Black and White too, so they go into A tier. So, yeah. And then, after that, we have X and Y, which I think are great Pokemon games. I'm going to put them in the A tier. And for ORAS, I also think are pretty good Pokemon games, so I'm also going to put them in the A tier. Sorry, there's a lot of A tiers in this one. You really aren't seeing my opinions of them much. I just think most of the Pokemon games are like A tier, so yeah. And then Pokemon Sun and Moon. If in case you don't know, Pokemon Sun and Moon are my favorite Pokemon games. So yeah, I'm putting them in S tier. I just realized we skipped over Heart Gold and Soul Silver, which I think are great Pokemon games, so they get the A tier, just like most of the other ones on here. Yay. And then we have, and then after that we get Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, which I'm going to put in the A tier. I don't know what it is. I just don't like them as much as Pokemon Sun and Moon. I don't know what they did differently to make it work. I feel like it's too similar to the first one. Like with Black and White 2 and Black and White and Black and White 2, they're completely different. But for Sun and Moon and Ultra Sun and Moon is just kind of too similar. So, yeah, I'm going to put Ultra Sun and Moon in the A tier. So, Ultra Sun and Moon is basically playing through Sun and Moon again with a few changes, which was great. It just wasn't as good as an experience, as not knowing like what's gonna happen in Sun and Moon. So, yeah. And then we have Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee, which I'm going to put in the C tier. The new Pokemon Go style is cool, but... And then guys, I think Pokemon Sword and Shield are great Pokemon games, so I put them in the A tier. And then guys, the last tier list for today is ranking every single Pokemon in existence. And I literally did the entire thing. Let me show you. No, I'm not doing that. Sorry. No. Maybe if this video gets like 25 to 30 likes, so I'll do it. But I'm not doing it, but 25 likes and I'll do it, okay? But that's not gonna happen, so yeah. Yeah, guys, this video's gonna be done. Like, subscribe, turn on notifications. Bye-bye.